Okay guys, as you can see, I did get that cleared off and then I cut up my cardboard. Now what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to cut it down to size now off camera because it's going to be too much for my camera, I don't think. Unless I put it up high maybe and angle it. Maybe I can get this all on video, but you can see that it spreads out all the way across. And all the way across here. My dimensions are going to be 19 deep by 36 long. And then I've got to measure how tall it will be. That's a minute down the road, but right now I'm just going to get the back wall, the floor, and the two side walls measured and cut. And then we'll go from there. So if you're crafting along with me, what you're going to need to do now is figure out your dimensions, and if you're going to do this house. I chose this house because it's square. It's not going to be difficult. It's not going to be like super hard to build. And if we have space, then I'll put a roof on it. If not, like I said, it's going to be flat with a hinge that opens up on the front. So that's what we're looking for. So what you're going to need is a lot of cardboard. For me, like I said, I'm going huge because I'm going to fill in that space. And my husband actually raised up one of the bars, and I'll go show that to you now. So see, before that house was all the way down to, it was on this shelf, but this shelf was 8.5 inches shorter. So this shelf used to be down here. So this shelf became 8.5 inches taller, and that's the one we're going to put the house in. So I'm going to build the shell, and then once the shell's built and we've got the alcoves and blah 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 and whatever in it, we're going to bring it in here and we're going to slide it into that space there, and then the front of the house will be added to it. So all of that stuff up there you will not be able to see once the house is finished. And I do have some LED lights, I think, that I'm going to try and attach to that. So we'll see about that as the time comes. But for now, we're just going to make the frame. So stay tuned, guys. Grab your cardboard. Let's see, you're going to need a cardboard, some sort of a knife to cut with. You're definitely going to need glue. Hot glue in this case might work to just kind of give it a quick hold while your other cardboard and whatnot's gluing. So I'll show you that when we get to it. But right now, if you're going to craft with me and you're going to make the farmhouse, let's get started. Alright guys, so this turned out to be 18.5, and I still got to cut it 36 inches. So I haven't measured it 36 yet, but when I do, I'll cut it off the least straight end, and then I'm going to take these flaps that were left over and I'm going to glue them down the opposite direction all the way across the board until it's 36 inches. Okay? And whatever's left hanging over will be trimmed off. So while I'm doing that and you're doing that, we'll both be ready to come back and look at where we're at. Okay, guys. See you when the gluing's done. Okay, guys. So here it is. There's the left wall all the way to the floor. And there's the floor. And I'll get my cutter and I'll start making popsicle sticks to do the floor and then stain it. And then there's the right wall. That's cardboard. And you see how it's coming all the way out. Now, if you're doing this small scale, you just want your floor to the size you want. And remember that every 1 inch is 1 foot. So if you want a 6 foot high ceiling, it's going to be 6 inches high. If you want a 7-inch tall ceiling, or a 7 foot, that would be 7 inches. The back, I think I'm just going to leave it as the wall. Give that a chance because the camera hates white. Anyhow, and then I'll go up here with the ceiling, and I'll have to reinforce that ceiling, and I'll have to reinforce this middle floor. So when we get ready to put in the middle floor, it will have reinforcement along this wall, along, well, I don't know if I can the back, but middle ways. This is hard to see, I realize, but middle ways. And then again on that wall, it will come across the front, like so. It'll come across the front, and then it'll have reinforcement. Let's see if I can get that to stand up. Probably not. Reinforcement middle ways down. I know that's probably terrible, but let me see if I can back up and show you. Okay. So along the top there's going to be a wooden reinforcement. And then down the middle, a wooden reinforcement all the way to the bottom. And then a middle floor midway reinforcement all the way. And then I'll do the top floor popsicle stick, so that'll give it a little bit of stability. And I'll do the ceiling and floor popsicle stick. That'll give it even more stability. And then on the sides here will be wallpaper. The back I'm just going to paint white. And on this side will be wallpaper. So that's it for today, guys. So next Saturday, we'll be back here, same place, same time. Thanks for watching.